bitching, I'm a cult leader. They say I'm in the cult, they say a nigga lost, but I done lost it all. Family and all, they didn't get involved, they just wanna ball, some wanna stall, back against the wall, we gon' show them all. I don't wanna be here, land of the slaves, we are not afraid, we are not the same. I ain't seen death, nigga, but them to the side. My higher man told me don't look surprised, them haters gon' try, but them devils gon' thrive. I don't wanna side, nigga, I just wanna ride. I don't wanna hide what I really feel inside. Them devils gonna pay for what they did to mine. Look me in my eyes. I want 7 wives. I want 7 kids. I want them to know that it was no hope. That it was no joke. This is how it goes. I do it with no patience. I mean no hesitation. Come on, no, we waiting. Look at what they saying. I can't let it be. I can't turn the cheek for what they did to you and what they did to me. They say I'm in the cult. I guess I'm in too deep. I guess it's really deeper than it really needs to be. Forever is one West. Forever we the best. You don't want to test. There's only one West. Cult leader. Yeah. We preach the truth, but we a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm a cult leader. Yeah. Ways of sin, death to your cult leader. You ain't one West, so you don't know scripture. Nah, you ain't in the truth, so we don't know niggas. Look, I had to change my ways, I don't know sinning. Got the name changed, not desire, yeah, how was I ever in the world? I gotta ask myself. Man, the white man, the devil, I ain't imagining putting this in the hell, but my people can't imagine hell. I'm in the field with black natives and Hispanics. Never drop my sword and I don't panic like my hobby. The church, the house of Satan, they just want you tired. And you could go against the law, but you won't survive. Bmore can't have a dream to get birthed alive. Won't leave on my enemies the worst of all.
So let me see if I got make sure I got sound online. Make sure we got sound online. Anybody online? We got sound. Hit a 1. Sure.
Yeah, we got sound.
Testing.
It's lagging.
Okay. All right. Let's get it on. We are Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street up there in Harlem, New York, man. We are all under commanding General Yahan. What's going on, Israel? Hey, what's up? That cookout in New York, man, was outstanding. The lecture was off the chain. We finally got some of that oils everybody talking about, man. I got that give them some. Oh man, I put that oil on even after I took a shower. You can still smell the oil. The next day, I will never buy oil from anybody else. I mean, I thought it was just being hyped up because it was Tazariak, but god damn.
I could dig it.
Man, that oil was blazing, man. That was on the one right there. And I tell you this, Captain Yacht is my old man, goddamn. From now on. Seriously, I've never had oil. Like all the oil that I've had was thin, even back in the day. Was thin and it would never still be on you the next day. All you need is a little bit on your neck, a little bit here, and you straight. And it's outstanding, man. Big ups to Captain Yacht, man. Big ups to him. He hosted the lecture in New York, man. Outstanding. The brotherhood was blazing, man. Can't say enough about it. But every damn time I go to New York, I get jammed up, man. I don't know about New York is crazy. Stayed in this hotel. I don't know if it was Koreatown or what, but it was Heathen Central. I mean, actually, God damn. I mean, men just out in the open, hugging and kissing and feeling on each other. Good night, man. I was happy to get out there hotel. I ain't gonna lie. But look, tonight, the general couldn't make it. This is his history class, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the class for General Ball. I'm gonna go into the history of Israel. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to around 70 AD. We're gonna find out how we all got into West Africa. Because I'm seeing this movement now with a lot of the northern tribe talking about that we're Hamites. You know, we came from Africa. We're gonna talk about how we got into Africa. You understand? How we all got there. Because Judah kind of got split up too. When we had to leave Jerusalem in 70 AD, we had some of the Judites go into West Africa. Some of the Judites went into slaves with under the Romans and eventually broke that yoke. But we're going to get into all of that real quick. You know what? Christ had a prediction. First, we're gonna go into Christ. I always like to lead off with the king because he had a prediction, man. And he told us to get the hell out of Jerusalem and we would know the signs. He went through all the signs and everything that would happen and even to go. The same place he went when now the Edomite Herod was trying to kill him. On Christ, that first scripture.
Is that Luke 21?
Yeah, let's get that in Luke. What color are the letters?
Red.
Red.
Letters in red.
We talk about Christ himself. Let's go ahead and get that.
Luke chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
When ye see Jerusalem compassed with armies, that means the armies are coming down upon Jerusalem from every side. Large army. In 70 AD, I think we were pretty much compressed into, what's that called, Masada? On the top of that mountain that we was up on when the Roman army came. What's it called? Masada? Let me get back to y'all on that. But anyway, this is the armies coming down into Jerusalem, about to go down. It's about to happen. Jerusalem is about to be destroyed. The Lord told, and this is the thing. The Lord told us what would happen if we did not follow in his statutes and his commandments. He told us exactly what would happen, man. And this is the fulfillment of the things that he was talking about. When that Christ is telling us, warning us, when those armies start to come down and press down on Jerusalem, when it is compressed from all sides, we need to get the hell out of there. Go ahead.
Verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, the same place that Christ into West Africa, across the mountains, down through coming down through the Sudan, through the desert, and down into West Africa. It's the same thing he did, because we could go down there and are able to blend in pretty much with the Africans. We were able to blend in because we were dark-skinned people. Of course, we wouldn't go into Europe because the Roman army at that time, the Empire of Rome pretty much ran the entire lake. No, they called it a Roman lake. What is it? The Mediterranean. They called the Mediterranean Sea a Roman lake, because the Romans, with their naval power, they was able to completely dominate the entire Mediterranean and run all the commerce. And of course, the white man does it with his whatsoever. But this time it was our turn. They came down into Jerusalem with no mercy whatsoever. And we won't pick that up in from Babylon to Timbuktu. But let's finish this scripture. Go ahead, brother.
And let them,
Leave. A lot of us made a go ahead.
verse 22, for these be the days of vengeance.
These be the days of vengeance, coming back upon our heads for not doing what the hell we knew we were supposed to. With the heathens, act like heathens, walk in their ways, and now we're paying the price for that. Go ahead.
That all things which are written may be fulfilled.
And all things that were written are being fulfilled at this time. Give me 1 second. All things that were written in the Old Testament, the things that were written about what would happen to us if we didn't walk in the ways of the Most High, the punishment, the laws. This is the fulfillment of that. This is the beginning of that fulfillment. Hey, Salaki, give me a second. All right. So we're going through Christ. What's happening is, at this time, Christ is given a prophecy that's basically an order, given the signs of what would happen when Israel would be destroyed, when the Roman army would press down and destroy Israel. So this is what Christ is prophesying at this time, and he's telling us to get the hell out of there. You understand? To get the hell out of Israel when the Roman army starts to come in and press down on Israel, man. A lot of us took that last stand, valiant, but they were going against the orders of Christ, because Christ said to leave, to go into the mountains, to go into West Africa. You understand? To get the families out, which was most important. Because the words of Christ are talking about the young ones that give suck. This is talking about the babies. This is talking about the babies of Israel that had to move and had to move quickly during this time because the Roman army was pressing down on Israel, about to destroy Israel. Now, this is 70 AD. This is Vespasian, Flavian. This is the Flavians and his son Titus. And they came down to Israel, brother, to do what white people do. And we know what white people do: rape, rob, and murder. And they destroyed Israel. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
But woe unto them that are with child.
Woe unto them that are with child. You understand? They had to move those children out of there because woe is destruction. Destruction is coming. And the white man, the Roman army, does not give a damn who the hell. You know, the white man don't give a damn about nobody's humanity except for his own. He doesn't care. He simply does not care about the humanity of black people. That's why he can do things like this, man. This is women, children. He'll kill the children, rape the mother. That's what he does. This is coming down upon our heads because we would not follow the laws and the statutes and commandments of the Most High. This is a prophecy from Christ, telling us to get the hell out of there, giving us the signs that this white man is coming and he's going to have no mercy. And brother, he had no mercy. And we won't go into Babylon and Timbuktu and find out what happened to our people, man. Is you finished with Christ?
Sir.
Get that last bit of Christ. Prophecy of Christ.
And to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be a great distress in the land and wrath upon this people.
There will be great distress in the land and wrath upon this people. There's wrath coming, a wrath like, look, there hasn't been anyone else in the world like white people. And the way they destroy, it's like it's nothing inside of them, man. It's just a soulless people. They are human, no doubt. You can't say that they are not human, but they are not humane, brother. They are not humane. And though they've been dealing with us this way, all the way back in biblical times, man. At the time of Christ, they were dealing dirty with us. And brother, I tell you, this is a merciless beast, man. This is a merciless people. Look, they've been dealing with us this way all the way back then, man. Like, look, when we got free of slavery, well, I wouldn't say free of slavery, but I'm talking about chattel slavery. After around 150 to 200 years of being brutalized, beaten, being bred like an animal, humiliated, destroyed, raped, and everything, and dealing with all the devices that the white man has. He could have just let us be. He could have just, look, we separated from the white man for a bit. We were able to build cities. We were able to make a living on our own. He could have just let us make a living. But he didn't. He burned our cities down, chopped our genitals off, hung us, raped us, men and women. Like the wrath of this animal is unmistaken. That's how we know he is the devil that's spoken about in the Bible, man. Because there's no other race of people in the world that would act like such an inhumane animal, man. Especially after we've given him everything, taught the animal how to bathe. But look, the desolation is not. And as a matter of fact, is it any more there in Christ?
Come on, sir.
Get that real quick. Get that.
Verse 24,
Mm-hmm.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
Fall by the edge of the sword. Go ahead.
and shall be led away captive into all nations.
Led away captive where?
Into all nations.
Into all nations. And look, we went over this last week. We were carried away captive into all nations, man. All Assyria, Egypt, Greece, Rome, into all nations. You understand? And look, when these prophecies come to pass, these prophecies are about sifting the scattered that are in all nations, bringing them back and giving the Jews of this Bible salvation. Because we've been underneath this monster for a long time, man. If there's anybody on this earth that needs salvation, it's blacks and Hispanics, man. Come on, brother.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Look, Jerusalem is trodden down of the Gentiles to this very day. This is a prophecy that Christ gave. Like, people think that disgusting white animal that's calling himself a Jewish man is the actual noble people of the Bible. Not a page, not a dot, not a crossing of a T belongs to that animal, man. They have no nobility inside of them at all. See, what we don't understand is because we've been so criminalized in America that we are the people of this Bible with all the nobility, that we are the kings of the earth. Look, the Bible calls us God, kings, and priests. That's what we supposed to be in this earth. Not gangbangers and thoughts. We the kings of the earth. That's why we got to come in here and find out who the hell we are, man. Man, I can't stand it. I see white people walking down the damn street, head up high, doing their little jogging and their little celery sticks, and we looking like we lost a goddamn limb or something, man. The pain on our face, man. Man, look, we've been so destroyed, man, in this goddamn place, and we got so much pressure on us, and we don't understand where the hell it's coming from. But once we come up in here and understand that we are the kings that we actually are, man, this truth is amazing. Look, Christ gave this prophecy. A lot of brothers did not take heed. And a lot of us were destroyed in the worst of ways, man. Let's get that Babylon and Timbuktu, brother. And give me the author of that. And give me the author of that, brother.
The author of it, of Babylon and Timbuktu, Rudolph R. Windsor.
Rudolph R. Windsor. This is a brother that did some in-depth archaeology, some in-depth research, man. I've read this book a couple of times. And the brother did a hell of a job pinpointing and finding out exactly where we were and where we came from, man. And it's absolutely amazing because it matches up with the narrative. The white man's the narrative of who he is makes no damn sense. His timeline is complete nonsense. Especially when you look at what this brother has wrote. The white man being the Egyptians. I see you, brother. I'll get with you in 1 second. The white man being the Egyptians. The white man being the Jew. He's the Hittites. He's the Philistines. He's every goddamn body, which is complete nonsense, man. He's done every goddamn thing, built every goddamn thing, and this narrative is ridiculous. The timelines are ridiculous because we have the exact timeline of when the white man came into the Middle East, when he conquered the Middle East. As a matter of fact, they named lands after themselves. Leo Scipio Africanus. We know that Rome defeated the Carthaginians. And that's how they got a foothold in the Middle East and were able to go through the Middle East. And finally, in 70 AD, they were able and poised and positioned to destroy us because they had all the naval power, they had all the land power, they had all the weaponry. That's why Christ said to flee. Now let's find out what happened. You know what I want, brother? Where we at? What page we on?
Page 84, paragraph 2.
Paragraph 2, go ahead.
In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
Under General Pompey.
In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
His son Titus, that's good. And his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state. This is the last time the true Jews of the Bible were in our homeland, man. That was the last time we were there to this day. Now, we might have a brother visit there, here and there, but we don't have the capacity to go back there as a people because the Lord is preventing us from going back there as a people. Say again?
Because I just want to plug this in.
And what was that?
We didn't have the capacity to go back.
Yeah, we don't have the capacity to go back as a people because just like the Lord did before in preventing us from getting into the Garden of Eden, from getting into the Garden of Eden, what did he do? Anybody know? How did he prevent us from getting back into the Garden of Eden once Adam was expelled? What did he do? He prevent us from getting back in. How did the Lord prevent us from getting back into the Garden of Eden? Well, I gave something else. He put a guard.
The angel with the flaming
Put a
sword.
guard at the gate. Once you raise your hand, wait for me to acknowledge. We must have order. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We must have order. All right. The top.
Flaming sword. He's getting
The flaming sword with who was holding the flaming sword? Who works for the Most High? Come on. Who works for the Most High? Who does all the Most High work? Keep on reminding.
He put a flaming sword, the angels was for.
Get a brother a hand. Right. Yeah, that angel at the door with the flaming sword. Look, that angel is in the fourth dimension. You're not going to see the angel there, but he's there waving that flaming sword, and you're not getting in to that gate. We're not getting in as a people. We're not rising as a people. We don't have the military might, the financial might, the political might. We just can't rise as a people. The same way when the Lord started killing the army of David, because David counted the people, and he had that angel with that sword, and people was just dropping dead of plague, dropping dead of whatever. You didn't see that angel, but he was waving that sword in the fourth dimension, and people was dying. Until David repented, and the Lord stopped. You understand? So that angel is preventing us from getting back in. Go ahead, brother.
With great slaughter, during the period of the military governors
So he
of
put it in, to read that over again, so we know what we're talking about.
in 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
Many atrocities, outrageous atrocities. Like the white man do anything. He'll cut your limbs off, let you lay there blind, bleeding out, disembowel you. He'll do any damn thing to you. Cut your eyes out, let you lay there and die. This was atrocities done against the residue of the people. What's residue?
The remaining of the people.
Say
The remaining people.
Yeah, the little bit of the people that remained after they slaughtered everybody, man. After they put everybody to the sword, after they had fun, like the white man likes to have fun. He'll tie you to two horses and let them go each in different ways and rip your limbs off. You understand? Just like he used to do down in South when he was lynching us, cut our genitals off and put them in a jar with a bit of whiskey. You understand? Because what did the Lord say about the white man? He is profane. Esau is profane, man. What does that mean? What does profane mean? Somebody tell me what that means. Profane. Nasty, bad, disgusting, man. That's why they always had their art. You could look at their art, the pictures with the little babies and the penises, and then this is Roman Catholic. You understand? This is Roman Catholic, like completely profane, man. Like this bastard, outside of Kemet, which was disgusting too. The white man just took it to an entirely different level with his profanity, man. Go ahead, brother.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
Over 1 million Jews fled in Africa. Now, this is what Yahushua was saying. He was telling us to flee into the meadow, to go the way through West Africa and go head down in there, the same place he went when he was hiding from Herod. That's the same place we always went. Every time there was a famine or anything, we went into Egypt and into Africa.
What was that precept when he said that?
That was Luke 21. So what Yahushua was saying was, and that order that was given in that prophecy was something good to do, brother. Should have got out of there because the Romans was cutting off limbs, sticking nails in toes, like the white man torturing our children, raping little girls. Like he don't give a damn, man. We're not even human to him. He'll treat a dog better than us. He'll send us to prison for the rest of our lives for still killing a police dog that he put on us, man, because we didn't want to get bit. Or we may assault the police dog. I read a story, the white man put the dog on the brother, and the brother had to get the damn dog off of him, so he was hitting him. And they charged him with assaulting the goddamn police dog. Like, that's profane. That is profane. Go ahead, brother. What you got comments?
I'm trying to add on to what you just said. They're charged with assaulting an officer at that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So the officer, because that police dog was on duty at the time. They had sent you to prison for 15 years for a double look. They'll shoot you in the back in a minute for running. How are you a threat and you're running in the opposite direction? That's profane. The white man is profane. Go ahead now.
Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery.
And slavery, man.
Sloppy, sir.
Go ahead. Y'all gotta stick still though. You can't be alive. Boom, boom, boom. All right. You gotta stick still and plan. Where you going, sir?
That's what I was saying. Somebody at the door.
Somebody's at the door.
Somebody walking down. Walking down.
All right, where you at, brother?
The slave markets were full of black Jew slaves.
Slave markets were full
of black Jewish slaves.
Yes, sir. Meaning that the people that were left of all the people that were murdered and destroyed, those residue of people, they were taken away as slavery. All right, brother. All right, shalom, shalom. Lord be with you. They were taken away as slaves. And as slaves, you gotta raise your hand though. Go ahead, brother.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
How many people is it?
All.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
The Lord shall scatter thee amongst all people, meaning, look, the Lord scattered us into every nation amongst all people, amongst the heathen. So when we come back together, we're going to look quite different, man. You understand? That's why we can't go by skin color and all these other little idiosyncrasies that we got from living under the white man. You understand? Because the Lord separated people by nations. He didn't separate people by skin color. That's the idiocy of white supremacy. You understand? And it's been working. I can't say it's idiocy because it has been working. The white man has separated us on a deep level, man, with colorism. Just inside the black community. He has made us jealous of each other over the tone of our skin. Because we want to look more like him or be closer to him. And in every case, we choose the devil. We choose the devil before we choose the Most High, man. In this house, we would choose the Most High. Go ahead, brother.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
He spread us all over the earth. Are there Israelites in Africa today, still in Africa? Absolutely. There's Israelites still in Africa today, man. Are there Israelites in Vietnam? Absolutely, there's Israelites in Vietnam. Why? Because we was in Vietnam, fighting the white man war, having sex with different whores and different houses, just doing all the things that a young man would do when he's about to die. He's about to die for the filth of the white man. So the white man can live a magnificent life of greed and lust. That's why we die. That's why we go to war. So the white man can live a life of lust and greed. and so that our people can suffer and die in the ghetto. That's why we fight in white people's war. That's the exact reason why. That's what happens. The reason why you think doesn't make any damn difference. But the reality is, we fight in other countries against people that are the enemy of the white man or the victim of the white man. Either or. The white man doesn't always go to war because you're his enemy or you've done something to him. You may just simply be a victim. He may want your oil. He may want your gold. He may want your silence. But in any case, he'll tell you freedom is at stake. So you must fight, even though the Negro is not free here. How the hell you gonna fight for somebody else's freedom and we ain't free here? We went through all of Europe as, what did they call us? The liberators. We had a unit called the Liberators in World War II. And brother, there was a brother in that group called Black Death that killed a whole damn unit. Look, we were some tough Negroes back there in that war. We fought all the way through racist, dangerous Europe to free a white people who had stolen our identity and would eventually steal our land. But we fought for him to be freed of gas chambers. We fought for him to be freed of his pain, of his death, to free his family, so that he could gain his humanity. And yet, we forgot about our own humanity, which nobody respects, even to this day. And what's so ironic, we still pay our tax money. And let's just talk about Baltimore. Let's keep it there. They got a Jewish memorial right downtown. Millions of dollars it costs. Negroes pay the highest property taxes in Baltimore per capita. We are paying for that Jewish monument to pay testament to their humanity. That Jewish so-called Holocaust never happened in the United States. Not one of them were ever killed on American soil. 200 million and counting Negroes were killed on American soil. But my tax money got to go for the humanity and the upliftment of a bastard who stole my identity. This is the world we living in that people that ain't in the truth don't understand. Come on now.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
There thou shalt serve other gods. This is the Bible says the same thing, right? These are the curses. It says the same thing in the curses. This brother knows the Bible well. Go ahead.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Go ahead.
Even wood and stone.
So we over here and we worshiping wood and stone. We up in the Arab's God, all up in his business, all up in his mosque, circling rocks 7 times and smashing our heads on the ground. The Arabs put us in slavery too, beat our backs, castrated us so that when we were protecting his harem, protecting his good life, protecting his pleasure, that we could not take pleasure in his pleasure. So he castrated us. Like, look, we are such slaves. We are such, look, the Bible Bible has to ask a question about us, man. It has to actually ask a question. Get that scripture for me, man. Where it asks, are we a homeborn slave? Hold that where you at. Somebody, but Todd, get that for me. Get that scripture.
Common concept.
Read that for me. Where the Bible asks.
Jeremiah 2 slot.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 2 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
Get the slot. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Tell them where you at.
It's Jeremiah 2 and 14.
All right.
Is Israel a servant?
Is Israel a servant?
Is he a homeborn slave?
Is he a homeborn slave?
Why is he spoiled?
Why is he spoiled? Why are we spoiled? I'm not talking about the fact that we went into slavery, the white man beat us into powder. Why are our minds so destroyed that we have to go back to the very people who destroyed us? We have faith in the very white man that did such atrocities, that did. I'm trying to remember what the book said. What the book said in from Babylon and Timbuktu when it talked about the atrocities. Okay, never mind. The Lord that did such atrocities to us, man, that we have to forget just to get along with him. But in the same breath, we still have enough faith in this white man to go to him and ask him to help us to stop murdering us, stop shooting us, go through his court proceedings, to have patience with him. But we don't never do that for the Most High. We don't have faith in this white man. You understand? To the point that we'll wait on his court systems that we know are biased, that always go against us. We'll sit there and wait on his court system, but we won't believe in the Most High. We won't take him into consideration.
Slot, yes, sir. Just to add on what you're saying, you brought this out we can have 2 weeks ago. You said we don't have no compassion towards our God.
Right. We have no compassion. We don't think about. We always asking the Most High for something.
Right.
We need this. We need this. We ever think about what he wants? We ever think about what? We ever have compassion onto our God? What the hell he wants us to do? We never think about that. We never say, Lord, I'm going to bow down and I'm going to do what the hell you told me to do. We always say, I need this, and Christians are so goddamn selfish. They look, they got the goddamn gall to ask for specifics. I need a car. I need my water bill paid. I need my phone bill paid. They got the goddamn unmitigated gall to ask for specifics. Creflo Dollar wanted a plane to globe trot. This nigga would look, I'm gonna trot the globe and go into the poorest countries of Ghana and where the hell ever, and to get some souls, you understand? And I need this multi-million-dollar jet to do all of this with. Like the buffoonery is actually insane, man. When you got people right side of your own big glorious church that can't even pay their water bill or their phone bill, but you got to have this jet plane. So much so that you put ATMs in the church. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's ahead, brother.
This prophecy and all the residue of the prophecies contained in Deuteronomy 28, 15 to 68 befell the black Jews after they disobeyed the laws of God.
After they disobeyed the laws of God. This is talking about the prophecy, man. Look, we disobeyed the laws of God. We did the Most High dirty, man. We didn't take in consideration his, what he's about, what he wanted. We never took that into consideration. We only cared about what the hell we wanted. We wanted to fulfill our lust. We wanted to exercise our demons. Well, guess what? This is what we had to suffer. Go ahead, brother.
Many nations transported the Jews into slavery.
Many nations transported the Jews into slavery. Look, a lot of our people took the heed of the word of Yahushua and went into West Africa. Also, a lot didn't. A lot went into slavery in Rome, into Assyria, and into other nations. So we're all up in Europe at this time. At the same time, we're in the Sudan doing trading. We're going down in West Africa. We're building cities. We're doing things like that because we're getting the hell away from the white man. But in Europe, we're slaves there. We're fighting in the arenas. We're the gladiators. Like when the white man shows you the gladiators on TV and stuff, of course it's him. It's always him. He's everybody. But the greatest athletes on the earth that you got in slavery and you're not gonna put them in the damn arena. Come on, man.
It's lucky, sir.
Go ahead now.
White man, everybody with the goddamn belt.
Right. Everybody but the devil. All right. Where we at?
And the sons of Israel transmigrated to every continent.
To every continent. So we were taken into slavery, taken to every continent. You understand? And at this time in Europe, and we won't go into we're gonna get in a little bit of the Moors too. We're gonna get in a little bit of that because we think we Moors and all of that. And we're gonna find out what we were doing when we were going into Africa. Because we gotta understand, we in two places at this time. We were taken off into slavery in different nations, mainly into Rome. We're fighting in the arenas. Along comes the Dark Ages. You understand? And we were able to break the yoke of the white man underneath Septimius Severus, who was a gladiator. And he was able to break the yoke with a couple of nations and with us, and we were able to come into rulership. That's why you have a lot of the icons and stuff like that, like St. George the Dragon Slayer, which was in Russia. We were in Russia in power. You understand? At that time. But we were also in Africa in power at that time. Because, of course, we are not African. What happens what happen if the so-called African American went back to Africa en masse? Would we integrate with the Africans? You would see the clear difference. You would see the swag of one people. And you would see the abominations and disgustedness of another people.
They don't even like us. I mean, so even if we would manage to go back there, they would reject us. They wouldn't deal with us. They don't even deal with us here. We don't go to the same clubs, we don't eat the same food.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the land wouldn't make a difference for them to deal with us.
Because look, they know that we are not their people. They understand that we are not their people. So they treat us accordingly. Say as if you have a Nigerian business in your neighborhood, right? You got that business, they are not going to give you opportunities. They're not going to bring you into the fold and say, oh, you can invest with us and we have this and that going on in Nigeria and you can turn your money and make your money. The only time they're going to want you to come in is when they want to sucker you with something or take something from you. They're not going to create opportunity from you. They're going to take that opportunity. That's why they're in your community, just like every other heathen. It's no different. The Nigerians being in your community is no different than the Koreans and Chinese being in your community. That's it.
Slap, if I could. You just said how we know that they not our people, but it's a clear difference, right? That's how they was able to sell us to the white man. You know what I'm saying? During the time of a lot of slavery in America. Because like, if you was to go to China right now and you was to see a Japanese, you wouldn't know. Because to us, they all look the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was with the white man back then. Like, they looked at us, they thought we all was the same. But they say Africans sold Africans. They really sold us. You know what I'm saying?
The white man knew where we was at. But I gotta move. Y'all, unless you got a question. All right, go ahead.
The Jewish philosopher Philo, about 40 BC, 40 AD, who lived in Alexandria, Egypt, said that 1 million Jews resided in Libya and Egypt from the Catabathmus to the borders of Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm. So this is on our way into West Africa. Our culture started to rub off on those people that we were passing by. And this is why the Ethiopians think that they Jews today or call themselves Jews today. Because in Samaria, they started coming into Samaria and they started practicing in the ways of the Jews. So they started saying that they're from Isaac, from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, when they are from nothing of the kind. They are just filthy Hamites, man. And look, everybody wanted to take our culture because we had the greatest culture and the greatest relationship with our God. Everybody wants to be associated with that Bible in one way or another. You know, the damn Arabs want to come in as Ishmael. Ishmael, the only thing he had was a gift. The Most High gave him a gift of, what was it, 7 princes or something like that. Something ridiculous, man. Nothing. There's no promise of salvation. You understand? There's no relation to the Most High. All right. Well, what was that scripture I asked you? One in
Was that Joel 3?
You want, not yet. Didn't I give you one before that?
Deuteronomy 28:68.
Nah.
Kicked out of the homeland.
No. Yeah, go ahead with that.
But that was paid.
Jeremiah 2:14.
No, you already said that. You already
That you have got to have order. Got to have order. All right. That the one I gave you. Yes.
No, you said you just went straight to page 88, chapter paragraph 5.
Page 88, paragraph 5.
Page 88, paragraph 5.
All right. What was that?
Paragraph At the same time that the Jews were migrating westward.
Yes. That's it. Let's get that. Hold on, we got to move. Unless you got a question.
Page 88.
Wait a minute. You got it?
Not his own. I just want to step on
Okay. Go ahead.
Page 88. Paragraph 5. From Babylon to Timbuktu.
Go ahead.
At the same time that the Jews were migrating westward across the Sudan from Ethiopia, they also migrated southward from Libya,
That's right. Go ahead.
Tunisia, Algeria, and Morocco.
That's right. Look, at that point in time of us going down into West Africa, we were making our way there. We were making trade routes all throughout the Sudan because, of course, we had brothers up in Syria, up in Europe. So we had trade routes all connected all through there. You understand? We're making our way down into West Africa. We have a particular culture, particular rules that we follow that other people don't. Other people are disgusting and filthy. Look, when a man spills his seed, he doesn't come around the congregation that day. So he doesn't have bloodborne pathogens and bacteria and all of that to give to the other brothers in the congregation. So he doesn't destroy the army, you understand, with any plague or anything of that nature. But these other civilizations and cultures, they don't have that. That's what gave us an advantage coming down into Africa. And that's what sparked a lot of jealousy amongst those filthy, disgusting tribes. Because they were taking golden showers with cows, man. They just put their head on in the morning. You know how you use soap and you brush your teeth and all that? They'll take cow urine and gargle in it, man. They just get up underneath a cow and let a cow just straight piss on them, man. That's a heathen, man. And this is why the Lord told us never to mix or mingle with them. Go ahead, Adam.
To the fertile region between the Senegal and the Niger River. When the Jews from the north and the east met between these two rivers.
From the east and the north, look, we're making these migrations. We have brothers that were already coming down from the other end. We were able to make trade with them, culture, goods, and other things, man. This is how we were able to survive as a people. We didn't depend on other races of people. We dealt with us. Go ahead.
When the Jews from the north and the east met between these two rivers,
right,
they established a confluence of crossroads in the West Africa.
That's right. That's right. Nobody before that had ever had any trade routes in and out of West Africa, man. Nobody even knew what the hell was there. But we mapped the road. That's why in Africa, if you look at maps before the 1600s, you see Judah. You see little Judah that became the slave coast or Negro land. I find it absolutely amazing, man. You have on a map not only in America, but in Europe as well. Europe map saying Negro land at the exact spot. The American map is saying Little Judah. And all of it became the slave coast. Because they weren't taking Africans. Look, if you're eligible for slavery just because you're black, it's because you have dark skin, all right, or perceived as what the white man calls a Negro, He had a lot easier prey. Like he could have went to South Africa and got the San people who were basically hunter-gatherers. They could have just snatched them right off the coast. But in order to go to Judah or Negro land, you had to have an expedition to go in the interior of West Africa that took 3 months. You had to have supplies, weaponry, materials, a way in, a way out. 3 months it took you to get in there to steal these people, and babies were the prize. Like you go in there and you get the young, the toddlers. They didn't put up, they were small and didn't put up. You could pack them in like sardines, man. You could pack them all in. So if you got 80 packed in a small room, so what, 10, 15 die? That's nothing. That's nothing. You got a whole bunch of toddlers, you understand, that's about to turn teenagers and about to be strong, that can go out in that field and work day and night. The white man thinks about profit and not about the humanity of people.
Right.
That's what we gotta understand. Go ahead.
Where men could exchange their culture, ideas, and merchandise.
This is where it's at. We were able to deal with each other and exchange our ideas, which is very important, which is extremely important. Everything that we learn from the land, the thing, look, we go down in Africa, there's a lot of ivory down there. So what do they use ivory for? Piano keys, you understand, fake teeth. They use ivory for a plethora of many things, man. And that's why they call it the Ivory Coast. Very rich. I mean, we come up with ideas about business. We're innovative. Even though in the black community we can't own the stores, they make it impossible. They make it impossible for us to get licenses. So what do? We start making shirts. You understand? We start making different products that we can sell right online. And we can turn over a profit right away because we innovators. It just doesn't stop. Yeah, they put a stop to us as far as large, small, medium businesses. They gave it all to the heathen so that they could come in and they could be wealthy and put their children through college off of chicken boxes. You understand? The same grease that they fry rat in is the same grease they use to fry your chicken in, man. And we go in there and trust the goop before we trust the black woman.
Right.
Yes, we'll do that. Why? Because of the strife that white supremacy has put between us. That's why, man, everybody should have got up there to see that lecture, man. Surviving Christianity. Because Captain Cesaria went into a plethora of different things, man, about the relationship between black men and black women and how the white man infiltrated that and destroyed that. Like the black man was never the enemy of the black woman. The black man never held the black woman down. We fought together. We dealt with our adversity together. But the white man turned it into, I can do bad by myself. You know, I don't need no man.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Put entertainers out there, whereas though he promoted the split and that hatred of the black man and the black woman. Only a devil would do that, but we can't see. We can't see. We gotta pull each other up by the bootstraps. No sweat. Come on, where we at?
These Jewish migrations went on with great frequency about 300 AD, and they continued with the utmost regularity for 1,200 years.
Go ahead. What page are we on again?
We on page 89, at the top of page 89 now.
Let's go to the second paragraph.
Second paragraph.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The original habitation of the Songhay people. No, you don't want that.
Wait a minute. Let me see that. Let me see that for a second. Yeah, okay. What's the next one?
Next one was page 90, paragraph 1.
Matter of fact, yeah. Go to paragraph 2. Yes. Wow, we're gonna get back to Babylon to Timbuktu, kind of speed it along a little bit. It's a lot, yeah, it took a little longer than I so. All right, let's get that second paragraph.
From Babylon to Timbuktu, page 90, paragraph 2. The black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes.
Black Jews had an advantage over the African. Look, you can tell today, the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we do, how we do our thing, you can look and tell, you can pick up the spirit. You can tell the difference between a black man and an African man. It's not even subtle. It's out there. The way an African walk is not masculine. But you find you a masculine black man, and it's completely different. Everything is different. The hair is different. The beard is different. A black man beard will grow. A lot of times it'll break off. You can have a black man with a big old afro. A lot of brothers have a glorious mane. You're not going to see that with West Africans. It's different. Even in the white man's own DNA system, which is garbage, which is bull crap. You understand? That's why they don't even take DNA by itself in court cases. They just use it to piggyback off of some specific evidence. For say, if your DNA is there, they can't tell when it was there, only that at some point it was there. You understand? So you need something else to say he was there at this particular time. Or his DNA was in a place where it shouldn't have been. That's why they don't do just DNA alone. You understand? But we so caught up in the science of white supremacy when every DNA company is owned by the Amalekite, which is the very white man that not only stole your identity, but he wants to keep it. He wants to have salvation. He wants to be the children of God. He sought after it with tears. Ain't that what the scripture said? Esau sought after the blessings with tears. He hates the fact that blacks have the blessing. That's why he murders us so relentlessly. That's why he keeps his foot on our necks. 500 years and you still got the foot on the neck? 400. You still rolling up? You still putting dope in black people's communities? You still aborting 500,000 babies a year? You still telling the black woman that if a baby's heart is not beating, is not alive? Are you serious? Let me ask everybody in this room a question. And anybody online that's listening. Does a fetus grow?
Yes.
Just a question.
Yes.
Sister, all right. The sister said yes. A fetus does grow. Does a fetus before 1 week, before a heartbeat, grow? Sister?
Yes.
Does anything that is not alive grow?
No, lie.
Lie. So, if something is not alive, how the hell can it grow? The white man is the devil that the Bible says. And we gotta stop being fooled by the devices that he thinks of and puts into effect. Look, the eugenics program is something that he put into effect 50 years ago, but look, all of it was declassified. So we know, we can read the records that Margaret Sanger sought to destroy the black race, to genocide us through abortions, and to use charismatic preachers, charismatic entertainers to push it through, even when the most rebellious of us was going to see through the BS. The brothers in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we know goddamn well that something that grows is alive. If you believe that something is not alive, but yet it grows, take your medication, nigga. Stop smoking your weed. And if you had an abortion, don't do it again. Don't ever do that again. Repent. All right, where you at, brother?
From Babylon to Timbuktu, page 90, paragraph 2. The black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes.
Right.
They carried their culture, history, laws, and written records with them.
That's how powerful that Bible is. We carry that Bible and those statutes and those commandments with us. That's life. How did Adam become alive? Adam became alive because he got the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's how he became alive. These laws, statutes, and commandments show us how to live, how to not die, what to eat, what to do, how to treat one another. This is our morality, our culture, our everything. Other races of people did not have this. They did not have the morality of the Bible. So because of that, they hunted us. They hunted us, man. They were jealous of us. Imagine, we coming down with glorious fringes on, man. We got skills as far as metalworking. We know how to cook, brother. We got black women frying up chicken. You understand? Seasoning it up. Tell us how to season it. Madame. What do they say about that fried chicken, Madame? season it up, salt it up.
Put it in
You
flour.
understand? Put it in the flour, light piece of flour. That's what it's talking about, man. It's talking about being black.
Put it in
Everything that's enjoyable about being black. That's what that Bible is about. That's what we carry. That's what makes us different from everybody on the earth, including the Africans. Yeah, we're dark like the Africans. We look similar to the Africans. Yeah. Moses was mistaken as a filthy African.
Right.
Okay, no sweat. But this is the problem. This is the problem. Let's get that scripture. I put it there. Yeah.
With the Joel 3
Slide.
or the Exodus 11 and 7.
Yeah, get that.
That's what I was gonna say. Slide.
Get that.
I got it.
I got it.
Wait.
It's Exodus 11 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
But against the children of Israel,
But against who?
the children of Israel,
Go ahead.
shall not a dog move his tongue
A dog now move his tongue. Go ahead.
against man or beast,
Mm-hmm.
that ye may know that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Look, the Lord put a difference between black folks and Africans. It's a clear difference. African people do not have swag. They can beat the drum, but they can't beat the drum like a black man. You understand? They can wear jewelry, piercings, but they can't wear jewelry like a black man. A black man ain't gonna put a whole plate in his goddamn lip. He just ain't gonna do that. A black man likes to bling, he likes to flash, he likes the fast life. Look, he all about the showmanship, the swag. So when you see the brother, you like, God damn, there's a persona about the brother. Swaggetry, man. Like you see a brother wearing a certain hat, you might tip it to the side. You're like, dang, that brother got a particular swag. Like all of us have that. All of it. You look at brothers in the UPK. A lot of the UPK gear is the same, but you see how a brother accessorizes. You heard? Like a brother boots might be fire. A brother headband might have a chain on it or a dip here. Or that's just, the Lord calls us the salt of the earth. That's the salt. That's the flavor. The Lord loves it. He absolutely loves it. And look, when we dealing with ourselves, the Lord is absolutely happy about that. But when we start going into the other nations and dealing with them, especially in an abominable way, like I was down at Best Buy today. I saw a young black kid. They looked like they was in college. And a young white kid. They was feeling on each other's behinds, man. And I looked away and I walked back. I stepped about 2 steps back, right? And the white cat turned around and said, what, you can't handle it? I said, no, I can't. I can't handle the disrespect of the Most High. He like, oh, why you worrying about what I do? I said, I don't give a damn what you do, devil. I do care about what that brother do. I do care about what that brother do. And look, I'm going to tell that brother. Because guess what? The scriptures say, if I don't warn, If I don't warn the people, the sword comes down on my neck. I'm gonna warn you, and whatever you do, that's up to you, bro. I just walked away from it. I wasn't trying to deal with it, wasn't trying to hear. Look, the white man is profane. And you as a brother, you dealing with that, I feel sorry for you, man. My heart is broken for you. And not only could you not hear me because you are so consumed in your lust that you could not hear a brother. Damn, you destroyed, man. I would hate to see the vengeance that Yahweh Shah has for you, brother. But I'm here. I gave the brother my card. I'm here. That's all I can do. All right, brother.
This assured them of a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization.
A higher social organization. It can't get any higher than the Bible. You got to understand this. The morality of the world was built around the morality written of in the Bible. The problem is we all gauge ourselves by the morality of white America and white supremacy. We should never look at white people as a moral compass. That right there is destruction. Complete destruction. I ain't got enough time to go look. If anybody got any questions, anybody online got any questions or anything? Look, we went down in Africa. We could never be integrated with Africa because we are an autonomous people with a culture, with morality that Africans could not follow, be into, or in any way be a part of, man. Anybody can see the clear difference in spirituality, in action between a so-called African American and a African. And I would tell everybody to do what the hell the Lord says and not integrating with them. Not having personal and intimate relationships with them. Not African, not white people. Look, I wanted to go into Ferdinand and Isabella because, of course, we had black people that were in Europe. We also had black people that were in Africa. And when Ferdinand and Isabella came into power, they, of course, wanted to expel the black Jews. So when they started expelling the black Jews, of course, they went down in West Africa into the colonies that were already established back in 70 AD, when Vespasian and his son came through there. So when the slave ships got together and was coming into West Africa, they knew who the hell they wanted, man. They knew who the carpenters were. They knew who the brothers with the swag were, the strong Negroes. But they knew we was weak because we had no materials and no manufacturing there. And they also knew that the Africans were our enemies. All right, brother. Let's finish a little bit of that. What we have with the differences.
Because of the stability of the black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autochthonous population.
Right, go ahead.
In fact, the Jews absorbed some of the native tribes. The Jews made use of every opportunity. They were industrious and skillful people.
That's why them idiots think that they Israel. Some of them, the Ashanti tribe, and this tribe, and that, we're Israel. That's because you were copying some of the culture that we was doing. You didn't understand it, but you copied enough of it. I'm doing the class, doing football class. Can I call you right after the class? Something. Come, I'll call you right away. Done. Sure. All right, what was I at, brother?
They were an industrious and skillful people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In the Jewish Ghanaian states were found kings, princes, governors, generals, secretaries, treasurers, revenue agents, judges, architects, engineers, doctors, historians.
All of that is what we brought to so-called Africa. We brought leadership to Africa. Rank, military rank. We brought, unity to Africa. Rank and a structure of actually living. Because Africans at that time, they were just in anarchy, man. The strongest survived. Like the strongest just killed everybody and ate them. Killed his enemy and went hand-on-hand combat and ate his intestines in front of everybody. And that was the leader at that time. We started to teach morality on how to live, how to survive. The same thing the Isupk is teaching today. How to survive in an animalistic state, man. Think about the state that we're in right now. We're second-class citizens under a monster that will murder us at the drop of a dime. Our leaders do not have our best interests at heart. Not only do they not have our best interests at heart, but they will sell us out at the drop of a dime. We can never even trust the people who look like us because they have white supremacy marked or the mark of the what?
Beast.
The mark of the beast. The mark of the beast. All right. And with that, if there's no more questions, anybody got any questions? Anybody online? Ask the people online if they have any questions. Anybody? I don't see no. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
The same book written by
A little louder.
the same author that written this book. You gotta also have another book called The Valley of the Dried Up Bones,
Right.
which is a lot of good information about us also. I really want to question that. This is that's all. I was just saying that. Have you ever heard of it? That's all.
for the camp. What I'm trying to do is get this behemoth decorated, man. I need some ideas. That's what I need, some ideas. I know we got the pictures from the sister. I gotta get the frame. I'm gonna put all of that back here. I'm gonna hook that up. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to get the banners to go around this behemoth, man. But we gonna get it done. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. Go ahead, Al.
So how do you propose that we come out of what we're going through in these Americas today, coming out of this slavery?
We ain't come out of a damn thing. This is the thing.
I said, how do you propose?
Look, this is the thing. We got to come in the ISUPK. That is the only way to get free. That is the only way to free our minds from the oppression of 400 years, man. There's no other way to look. What do you have out there, Kemet? Muslims. Every analogy, every doctrine has you a second-class citizen under somebody else. In the ISUPK, this is the truth. The truth of the matter is, the white man stole the word, the Bible, from us. You know how we know that? Because it chronicles it in the Bible. He put his images in the Bible. We know that he did that. Everything in it fits exactly to what we're going through today. And what we got to do is get in all black and come back here to the ISUPK. And once we get to 144,000, baby, we get the hell out of this oppression, man. 144,000 men. Men, not transsexual, homosexual, half a sexual, half a man, not really a man, on a way to being a woman. I'm almost a woman. With that, I'm gonna turn the class over to Precinct Officer Madam Shikari. Yeah.
Security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves in the world after 6 months. If a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. It means tenth in the Hebrew, and is pronounced ma'ashara. Tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, up in holy convocation. Remind Akim and Aquakim to check on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for the ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, or scarf. And with that, shalom.
There
you go.
Wow.
Bing.
No, I ain't been treated on that one.
Yeah, I gotta get it again too.
Hey, how many views is on there?
How many